Today I learned a new word in Polish. I learned it in print, at least. When I try to say it, I have trouble. I would like some audio help, please.
Ogonek.
Ogonek. I think I'm saying it right. Can I hear it one more time?
Ogonek.
Ogonek. It means tail.
Who knew? I leave the country for a week and nothing happens. Actually, everything happened. It's as if time collapsed and Mother Nature just said, hey, we don't need this continued progress of existence. Instead, let's let everything happen at once. Now, I expected tonight coming back to talk about Sean Spicer. Remember that guy? Or Jeff Sessions. Remember those tweets? Or what about that Boy Scout rally?
And he went out and bought a big yacht. And he had a very interesting life. I won't go any more than that because you're Boy Scout, so I'm not going to tell you what he did. Should I tell you? Should I tell you? Oh, you're Boy Scouts, but you know life. You know life.
It was probably a good idea he stopped there. Yacht stories never involve people putting on clothes. Then came the skinny bill.
The skinny bill as policy is a disaster.
The skinny bill.
What this skinny bill would look like?
The so-called skinny bill.
So-called skinny bill.
Took me a while to realize that Skinny Bill wasn't the guy who sold me uppers in college. Senate Republicans spent days behind closed doors getting a bill together. No cameras were allowed, so we offer you this reenactment. Or Senator Graham. I'd like to thank Stunt Hamster Mike and Stunt Hamster Jake for that reenactment. R.I.P. But in the end, the bill didn't pass, and afterward, Mitch McConnell poured his heart out.
And our only regret tonight, our only regret, is that we didn't achieve what we had hoped to accomplish.
That should be your only regret. It's a good one, but what about calling this the skinny bill? No one likes anything with the word skinny in front of it. Margaritas, those are delicious. A skinny margarita, disgusting. When you're at the Cheesecake Factory, do you order from the Skinnylicious menu? Hell no, that's like having one drink at an open bar. These are jeans. Jeans are great. I'm wearing them right now. You know what's not great? Skinny jeans. That laugh is appropriate. See, a repeal shouldn't be skinny. It should be fat, really fat, so fat you should never see it naked. So it's great that the bill failed. Now you can start over. You got new ideas, new blood. Finally, the capper, Reince Priebus. Just when I finally figured out how to say his name, he's gone. But the fact is, he did his job. He helped get President Trump elected. But maybe that's where his role ends. Sure, a priest will marry you, but you don't take him on your honeymoon. Well, maybe you do. But that's another story. But I wish Reince Priebus well. He'll make a very difficult Wheel of Fortune puzzle. I mean, look at that. Could you guess that? I would have no idea what that is. It's a medical condition. Now, General John Kelly is taking over, which is cool because I can say that name. He's a 4-star general. I think he's handled way tougher things than a temperamental billionaire. He fought in Iraq. He lost a son. This job shrinks by comparison. And Trump's choice of Kelly rejects the millophobia of libs in the media who spent decades declaring that the only working part of the government, the military, consists of evil fascists. That's good. The bottom line, it's been a wild week. So wild that we ignored some key wins. For example, where's that ISIS caliphate? It's not in Iraq, not anymore. The criminal gangs, its 6-week operation netted 1,000 members. Also, the GDP grew, so the economy actually got stronger. It is amazing. The media devotes unlimited energy to benign chaos, but only has limited overhead compartment space for terror, security, the economy. Why is that? Well, no one ever wants to hear that their ex is doing great. And that's what this is. Trump is the media's ex. And the media can't bear the big news, so they focus on the small stuff. If the media were watching a porn, they'd write about the set. So I'll focus on the results. Sorry about that. All in all, a pretty busy week. And all the while, I was on vacation doing this. I miss those guys. Let's welcome tonight's guest. She's so sharp she can slice a melon with her thoughts. Former State Department press officer Morgan Ortagus. When a light bulb has an idea, his face appears above it. Executive producer of Kevin Can Wait and founder of Ricochet.com, Rob Long. She's destined to be the world's youngest cat lady, co-host of the Fox News specialist, Cat Timpf. He ice skates on Zambonis, former bodyguard and my massive sidekick, Tyrus. All right, I want to go to you first, Rob. My theory is that Reince's job was always temporary. He's there to get you in, and then he's got to go on his way. It's not a reward system.
No, but it should have been temporary. He was there a little longer. Look, that guy was a great fundraiser. That's the job of the chairman of the RNC, to raise money. He raised a lot of money, put a lot of people in office. It'd be nice to have him back at RNC, because I think the midterms are going to be really tough for them. You always want somebody who's different from you on your team, right? We have whatever you think of him, we have an ADD president who's a little zany.
Yes.
So you want someone in the front office who's the opposite, and now he finally figured that out. It's not normal for Trump to do that. Remember, he didn't really run a big company with a board and all that stuff. It's all run out of his head. You can't do that in the White House.
Yeah. Morgan, so you spent some time with his replacement, the 4-star general. You saw him last week, right, at some kind of
Aspen Security,
some kind of elitist event.
Talk
about establishment. Sure. All right. So what do you make of this change?
Well, I think that he's an incredibly nice guy. He's actually very funny. You should have him on the show. You would like him.
He would not come on, I'm sure.
I'm sure he would not. What does that say about the rest of us?
It took me a while to get you on.
That's true.
Yes.
It's true.
You're not even sure you're on right now.
I'm a hard sell.
Yes.
But I think that he's going to. What is the one thing that this White House is really missing? Discipline.
Right.
It needs some military rigor. It needs some discipline. It needs a team of people that are putting the president first. Otherwise, why are you in the White House?
Yes. And there's something to be said about discipline. Anyway. Tyrus?
Yes.
Has Donald Trump destroyed time itself?
Of course he did.
I mean, the fact that you cannot. I figured that we would be talking about Sean Spicer because that happened right when I went on vacation, but I can't even remember who he is.
Well, he's the guy I did stuff for. Like, hey guys, and now he's gone.
Yes.
We had yoga together. I had a whole season of stuff. Now I'm like, okay. And the other guy cusses a lot, so I can't really use that. So I'm bummed out. It was a tough week. You know, here's the deal about Trump. This is nothing new. He did this in business. If somebody didn't do things the way he wanted them to do, or he wasn't happy with them, he made them go away. He was literally the Twilight Zone. He wishes them away to the cornfield. So, you know, and he does it in such. I wonder what those closed doors were like. Like, look, you're fired, but you're going to go out there and you're going to say thank you, and you're going to say and goodbye.
Yeah.
And we'll never see you again.
I don't know if I disagree. I don't think Trump actually fires people. He's like it's like a passive dump.
Yeah. It's a DM. I'm sure it's a message on their phone like, Mr. President, one second.
He breaks up with you by having you break up with him.
Yeah.
That's that's called a passive dump. When you start acting kind of weird until the person you're in a relationship with goes, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Pat, you know what I'm talking about.
I've been accused of that, but it was just my normal behavior.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he fires people, right? And everyone's saying this is so crazy, and I can't believe that he's firing all these people. And then to Tyrus's point, you think, what was his job before this? Literally firing people. So it makes
that's
sense.
Not true. He doesn't fire people. That's the problem. He doesn't do that. He did that as a character on TV. The problem, he wants to fire his attorney general, so what does he do? He tweets mean stuff about him. That's not firing him. That's the problem with Trump. That's the problem with a lot of people who've been president. They don't
Maybe
like
he
conflict.
just likes to troll. Maybe
that's true. He does, but that's
he seems to also really enjoy to troll. Because I thought the same thing. If you want to fire him, just fire him. This isn't a sorority. Come on. And then I'm like, you know what? He seems to really like to do that with his Twitter
But Ryan
machine.
said
And
that
it
he
works.
resigned.
Go ahead, Tony.
Why did I say Ryan said that he resigned? I mean, that's what he said. He said he gave it quietly on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know.
Yeah, I said that about every job I've ever had.
Yeah, that's like me
I
agreed
resigned.
to the relationship was over mutually, which has never happened.
I think the big message is, it's like, okay, so everything's happening so fast that there's actual other stuff happening that's good. And so you have the media looking at all this other stuff flying through the sky like little meteors, and then and actually there's some kind of like the only things that matter to me are terror and security, and it seems like that stuff is working, right?
Well, that's where the discipline comes in, right?
Right.
The goal of that, whoever the disciplinary master is in the White House, is to just tell everybody shut up.
Yeah.
Because when every president shuts up, their numbers go up and people start to focus on the good stuff.
Yeah.
When they talk, it's when he gets in trouble, right? When Obama talked, he got in trouble. When Clinton talked, he got in trouble.
Don't talk.
Talking is fun, though.
Last word, Morgan?
No, but it's more than just the message discipline. It's the fact that we're not listening to General Obama anymore, right? And Trump's not trying to be General Trump. He's being the president, and he's listening to his generals. He's listening to the military, and that's a big policy difference.
Well, wait. But speaking of which, I'm sorry. We have that tweet before I go. Do we still have that with? There it is. Speaking of this is Barbara Lee. She's an Oakland congressman. There it is. By putting General John Kelly in charge, President Trump is militarizing the White House and putting our executive branch in the hands of an extremist. I have to point out, this is why they're going to lose in 2020.
Good.
Because if they still see the military as extremists, Tyrus.
Well, we see them as heroes.
Yes.
So,
extremists. Tyrus, we're going to exit on that high note. Well done, my friend. All right, coming up, Scaramucci, Priebus, Bannon. Those are my new snapping turtles, and they're doing great. But what about the White House staff? Will they ever get along? And should we care? Stay tuned.